All righty, folks. We have the concierge to small business loans, the one and only Mr. Bo Eckstein, back with us. And we are going to talk about a topic that might get a little spicy. That is, should you buy real estate or buy a business? Bo, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, doing well. I just found out I'm having a baby boy, so I'm even happier.
Hey, congratulations. And is this your first?
My first, yes. And they
Very
can
good.
call me an old dad because I just turned 46 too. So
40. Wow, 46, old dad. Congratulations, boy. Congratulations. That's amazing.
thank you.
The due date is
Uh,
roughly when?
about April 14th.
All right, so early April, so maybe around Valentine's Day or no, Valentine's Day is February. April. There you go. Tax day, tax day.
There you go.
So we should talk about buying real estate or a business. You're the guest. You are the concierge of small business loans. So what are your thoughts on this topic?
So my thoughts are having owned both. If I would go back and tell my 21-year-old self, it's kind of taking both models. I wouldn't say one or the other is better, but what I would have done, because I've always been, I started as a residential mortgage broker. I've always been commission based. One
Right.
thing I really missed the boat on is reoccurring revenue early on. And it's hard to
Mm,
build reoccurring revenue when you don't have, you have inconsistent income coming in and so forth. So if I would go back and tell my 21-year-old self, I would say, yeah, keep doing your, commission-based business, but also build I want to use this ARR business. Okay. ARR means annual recurring revenue business, right?
mhm,
Something that's paying you every month. And as you build your subscribers or your membership, that number
mhm.
is constantly growing, right? Because that's going to be what really moves the needle. And that's where I missed the boat the most. So if I were to go back, I would probably start out owning or starting some sort of business to
Mhm,
get that cash flow, because that cash flow is what's going to help me supercharge my real estate portfolio. Because really, to grow a portfolio, you
mhm.
can grow it over a long period of time, but the people that grow quicker are the ones that have the $200,000-300,000 a year W-2 job,
Right.
$400,000 a year. It's a lot easier for them to stack versus the lower middle class kind of
Mhm.
earnings where they're making 60, 80 grand a year. Very hard to do, especially in California.
Yeah, when I think about this topic, obviously as the real estate guy, never owned a business. I think my history says where I'm going, but I actually think I'm going to surprise the audience. I think there are some people, and it's a meaningful number, that the right answer is to create and run a business. But I will say I don't think it's for everyone. I think there are a lot of people that are really, really, and they have a career, right? They're an engineer, computer science, doctor, lawyer, dentist, whatever it happens to be, where that's their thing, and that's where they should focus. That's where their their leverage is. And in my opinion, adding a small business on the side of that, whether you're getting ARR or not, is counterproductive. It adds time and risk and frustration where you're already, running 100 miles an hour. For that person, I think adding one rental at a time, 25% down, one every 2 or 3 years, get to four, get to five is a great path. But something I've learned with Cody, Alex, yourself, the concierge, there's something to be said for building a small business and owning your thing that I did not appreciate for much of my adult life. So yeah, so there's that.
And I also want to, chime in. And if I have to look back at like how you were able to do it, you were also probably doing pretty well on your W-2. You were very,
Yes.
so you're an exception to the clause versus somebody that's a school teacher that's making, maybe not to say
Yeah.
they can't do it in the same manner, but it's
Mhm.
more challenging. So that's where I think business ownership makes the most sense. So,
No, I
I,
agree. I think it's a non-trivial amount where the right answer is to try to spin that up. Right? Like again, I've never been a teacher. I only know what I hear. You work 9 months a year. You have the summers off. If you're teaching a certain grade, once you get your syllabus going, it doesn't really change. Again, I'm only telling you what I've heard. Yeah, the answer might be, yeah, let's try to create something on the side. It could be a great I think creating a small business is the right answer for a non-trivial amount first. And I don't think a lot of people would expect me to say that.
That's why we have a good topic to talk about, because
Yeah.
it makes you think, where are you at now? Like I look at, like, I think at 50, you basically had enough cash flow to retire.
Yeah. So
Uh,
45. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not age
okay.
me. 45.
Okay. Okay. 45. Okay. I just turned 46 and I don't have enough cash flow right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So because I don't, I need something to get me there quicker.
Yeah.
So when the time I have, 4 years until I'm 50, I know I don't look it, but what am I going to do to, supercharge my cash flow?
Yep.
Because it's not really a net worth thing. It's a cash flow thing.
It's a cash. That is exactly right. I'm so glad you brought this up. One of the things I wish people would stop tracking, or at least stop tracking like it's the most important thing, is net worth. It's cash flow. How much shows up, like ARR, right? How much shows up every month without you working? That is the magic in this. And if you could get 10%, 20%, 40% of your lifestyle covered by these other things, it just starts to build. For example, I retired financially free at 45. I never had to work another day in my life, but at 45, being a type A person, I had to do something else. By accident, Bo, I've developed One Rental at a Time, the brand, to produce 7 figures. Book, channel, courses, events. It's wild to think about. I have no employees. I have not, it's just one guy and a computer and a phone. It's wild to think about. But that's 5 years of daily consistency, millionaires every week like yourself. It just builds. So totally get it. ARR, you'd be shocked at what you could build in 4 years, is I guess what I'm saying.
Totally. And that's my focus. And anybody that's out there watching this right now, that should be, I personally think that should be your focus, because that ARR, whether it's rental property, whether it's, like currently I'm investing in merchant cash advances, which are short-term advances to business owners, and you get, it's the high default rate, but you can get high returns. I'm doing some of that. I am putting my money in notes, that hard money notes. And then also rental properties, which I'm selling some of them, as we talked about, and then
Yep.
moving that money into, I'm not sure yet, a business, or potentially real estate here in Las Vegas, right? And so
Yeah.
I think Vegas market is just going to crush it over the next 10 years
Yep.
with what's going on here. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I think it is, uh, one of the things that I do appreciate by Grant Cardone is he's transparent. And what I mean by that, I mean it as a compliment, first off, let's be clear. But Grant Cardone spends every waking minute trying to earn money selling something. And he takes his disposable income, which at this point is a large stack every month, and then shoves it into real estate as a long-term play. That is a wonderful strategy. It's the strategy that most people can use to get rich. Now, again, back to my earlier point, if you have a career, and I would argue I had a career, and my extra hour spent in my career is a disproportionate return, then do that. But not everybody has that. And maybe, a side hustle, a business is the right answer. So I don't know. I think at the end of the day, whether you buy real estate or buy a business, it is who you are, what you are doing now, where is your competitive advantage. Bo, if somebody wanted to talk to you about getting started, you are the concierge to small business loans. How do they do it?
they go to, I got a new URL that's much easier. OneRentalMeeting.com. OneRentalMeeting.com. Because somebody complained,
OneRentalMeeting.com.
takes them to my calendar, because it's a lot easier than trying to spell my name. And people were getting lost. I just wanted to make it very simple for people. That's the thing with you. For $8, you can go buy a domain name and you can point it anywhere. Because that's what I do when I appear on different podcasts. So you have different domains I send them to, so I can, know where they came from, yeah.
Nice. OneRentalMeeting.com. Folks, do me a favor, go there now. Tell me how it is. Bo, you're amazing. Take care.
Thank you.